Literally the most decadent candy that I've ever eaten. So, there's a dab emoji. That's amazing. What's going on, Whiskey Entitled folks? Greetings, YouTube. You know what time it is. Today on the Whiskey Entitled, I'm only going to be here for a second before I leave you in the hands of Charles so that he can get you up to date with what is going on today. We're super late today. I was going to pour myself a nice tall glass of chocolate milk, but the 2 half-gallon jugs of chocolate milk that I have, I don't know what the store, Harris Teeter, was doing, but they're both curdled and disgusting. As I poured them out, I wanted to cry, and then I wanted to vomit. So,
Wait, you drank it?
I didn't drink any of it. Ugh, it was curdled. I'm not stupid. I mean, I wanted to. Part of me wanted to. And the other part of me was like, you're just going to throw up. So, starting the show, I just poured a glass of whiskey, and I'm ready to go. So, and by go, I mean go to my other room and grab some bottles.
All right, so that's kind of weird that Wally and I are not doing that side by side, but you can see his little screen right there, so you can see when he comes back. But hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. So Wally is doing some fun posts on his Instagram, Scotch and Stuff right now. Doing a whole like National Scotch Day kind of theme thing. Yesterday was Macallan, today was Glenfiddich, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's talk about these distilleries. There's a lot of YouTube content where it talks about the history of a distillery and even talks about the tours and stuff like that. But I just want to talk just about a brand, just in general. Not even just William Grant Sons, just Glenfiddich itself. We have one of the biggest fanboys on Instagram land for Glenfiddich, so I'm glad Wally can join us in a bit. Also, I picked up a bottle, I think it was about 2 years ago, and I actually sent one to Wally, I think. Or did I send you this? The travel exclusive, the one I took today, the Select Cast. I've never opened it before. I just removed foil covering. And I'm going to share my thoughts while he's an amazing whatever that is, because it's good. That good.
Oh, I didn't realize I was in a...
Yeah, you're on a little screen and we can see it. It's...
Oh, I thought I was being really
sneaky.
Incognito.
Wait, can you see the screen right now? You can see the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is where you're down here, dude.
I see it now. I see it now, and I feel real dumb.
Hey, man, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That one is basic. It probably is Christian, but it is a 1 liter bottle of whiskey, and I'm cool with that. What's up, Cody?
What's up, Kevin? What's up, Bianca? What's up, Christian? What's up, Cody? What's up, Dove?
Is there too, man? You guys all joining in. I thought
What's
you guys
up,
had like your streams. You guys have streams around this time. Dark blue is much more sherried. Yeah, this definitely looks light as anything. It's almost piss color. Hey. But
want to hear something funny about that bottle?
What?
I actually don't like it.
You don't?
I don't.
That's fine. Hey man, to each his own, right? If I ever do a spit take, then there you go. Beard grown, hair shorter. Which one?
No, hair is still...
Definitely his is grown. Mine's...
Hair's still long. Beard is still long.
What's up, Shimon?
Shimon with it.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, thank everybody for joining us. I apologize for the intro. That was something else. Also, I'm really sad that I don't have any chocolate milk. This is dumb.
It's not bad, dude. It's not great.
Chocolate
it's
milk?
Not bad. No, this
is
podcast.
Yeah, it's like meh, right?
I want to say meh. Meh is more like a negative connotation, right?
No, meh is just in the middle.
No, I think meh is more like, it's like, I think it's okay. It's not the best thing I've tasted.
I've had a lot of red wine cast finish stuff that's a lot better.
Oh, I bet. And see, and that's where I think it comes to like. So you have how many bottles of Glenfiddich right now? You probably counted, right? Go say it. Let everybody know how much money.
So I didn't post all of the bottles in the picture today.
Yeah, I would say basic, Christian. Yeah, I would agree.
20-ish.
Yeah, so like for a normal collector, just 20 bottles of anything is a decent amount, right? especially for
I hope
people
so.
that, you know. So
feels like
20 for one single brand, I think is pretty interesting. And yeah, like I think a lot of people know that you're a big fan. I was fanboy, but you fan a lot about Glenfiddich. You really enjoy their spirits. You get to the nitty gritty about it. But like, for you, what drew you into Glenfiddich? Like, I can tell you what drew me into Glenfiddich. So,
apples and pears, mostly pears.
Gotcha. That's just a flavor profile. It's kind of like,
yeah, the flavor profile
me.
it just got me. And then, like I said before, for the new 12 that came out, I really do think it's more sherry and it tastes a lot more like Balvenie 12. It's like.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
And
that's the new bottle with a chevron, right?
Surprised.
Did you bring it up by any chance?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, the new bottling there.
Oh my gosh, look at this bottle. It's almost all gone.
It's funny because it looks a lot darker, but then it's a green bottle, so I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, it's green. But yeah, so it's a lot more sherry than before. So I actually enjoy the ratio that they did this time of the cherry to X bourbon. I think it tastes, like I said, more like the 12 double wood, which is much more like a little more sherry forward. So I like it quite a bit. I didn't think that I'd like it that much more over the older Glenfiddich 12, but yeah, no, it's I don't know what they did, but they did it right.
That's interesting because I think they said they didn't do anything different, right?
Of course, right? Just like McAllen has said, they haven't done anything different.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit. No offense, but honesty here, guys. Honesty here. I do not believe that one bit. Whatever computer they're doing was hacked or some shit.
They say they haven't.
But yeah, no. For me, I guess what drew me in first was the iconic bottle, the triangle shaped bottle. I used to see it a lot with my uncles and stuff like that. Glenfiddich 12, putting in highballs, hot climate, so a lot of it's more like soda water or just water and or ice.
I should totally make a highball.
And then when I started tasting it, it was like, oh, it's on a sweeter note. Coming from like a Johnny Blue was a bit more smoke in there. And then coming to this more sweeter note, it's like, oh, Scotch is different. There's different types of Scotches in this world. I did not know that kind of thing when you're younger. You just not knowing. And then started seeing their, I think it was Explorer series, the one with I think it was like bourbon cast, the was it the rum cast, and then I think the sherry cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Explorer series, saw that a lot, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Sadly, never picked one up. It was always the next bottle I was going to buy.
The bourbon cask was available in America on the Age of Discovery series, but the red wine cask and the Madeira cask were both travel retail.
Yeah. So like coming back, I was like, oh, this looks really cool. Maybe. But then like, oh, I tried this Hibiki. I tried this Yamazaki. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna buy these kind of things. That's kind of when I started my like buying powers or the ability to buy more bottles.
Yeah.
And then I think the first high end bottle I did pick up, I want to say high end because like back then it was for me, was the Glenfiddich 18. So I was kind of like, oh, hey, congratulations, Charles, you did something. And then I moved up to the Portwood 20 after this. So it's kind of like, hey, yeah. But it's just iconic bottle, different. It showcased things, and then started to listen to your stuff, and then hear more people about it, and then finding out that Balvenie and Glenfiddich are from the same, basically, group, Blue Grand Sons, right? Like, oh, okay, I understand this.
Actually, Balvenie for a long time was made on the same stills.
Yeah, so and like I became like a very big fan of Glenfiddich because Balvenie because of the 14 Caribbean cast, and then kind of branched out. That's kind of my little story.
Most bourbon people make that transition. Shimon, I did not diss the Glenfiddich 12. I just thought it was Balvenie 12. I wish I had said that out loud in the video when we recorded it. But like it was literally going through my brain the whole time. I'm sitting there thinking like, man, this is Balvenie 12, hands down. But it was not.
You think they misbottled it? One batch?
That would be hilarious. And I'd be okay with it because it tastes good. But it's too fruity for Balvenie, though. It's not. It would
just be funny, like, oh, some guy screwed up the recipe or something for the first couple of batches.
That'd be sick. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. 12-year-old, old new.
What's Steven Connor saying? Just not a big fan of Glenfiddich. Yeah, I mean, if you're a giant peat head, Spaceside's not going to be your thing, especially if you're So that's not a surprise.
Steven, I can totally understand this is not your thing, but the Spacesiders are trying to do that whole like Pete Weeky kind of stuff, like gimmicky stuff, but it's more unlike, hey, Spacesiders, here's a little bit of Pete, not hey, peat heads, here's some peat.
Correct.
Right?
Peat week was just like a one-time thing, and now it's obviously week of peat that they have for Balvenie, so that's now a rotating thing.
Yeah, I definitely think that when they do that, it's more on the side of, hey, Space Siders, try some peat to get your feet wet, and then go to our friend distilleries that do. I think that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, they just do a good job of giving some balance. It's to appease the people who like peat, but also like the really good fruitiness and all the good flavors. So nothing wrong with that.
Fire and cane. Wow, you didn't want another fire and cane. I wasn't a big fan of fire and cane.
I do like the fire and cane.
I definitely thought it was more of a cocktail kind of.
It's definitely
not
for cocktails.
Not a sipper.
That's not a question. It's for cocktails, but it's still good. I mean, even as a sipper, it's kind of confusing, but it's good.
But yeah, no. So throw it back a bit. So 2019, we were in Scotland. We did not get a tour of Glenfiddich, sadly. The stars didn't align, but Wally did need to rush there, not to use the bathroom, but to get a special bottle, which I think he might have brought out. Did you? No. Did not bring out.
I posted it today in the picture.
Yeah. So then we grabbed lunch at what was the place called again? Inside the grounds.
Malt Barn.
Which was really cool. Saw Balvenie Gemma, which was amazing. She had something magical in her pocket, which was awesome to try. We also met who did we meet, man? Mr. Copper himself.
Ian McMillan. There were a lot of people who were just sitting at the table behind us. It was kind of crazy.
And a family member as well, which was crazy.
William Grant's family.
But yeah, no, it was pretty cool just to see that place out. They have, I think you even mentioned before, it was like the Walt Disney World of whiskey. It may have some contention now with the airport of whiskey.
The airport of whiskey.
But dude, trust me, we were talking about it all the time. It looks like an airport. It feels like an airport. It feels like Terminal 2.
It was because it was designed by the people who designed Charles de Gaulle. Yeah, no, it's not even a surprise that it was an airport.
Yeah. So, but no, it's amazing. I can't wait to go back. Hopefully we'll be able to take a tour. Love to see the steals, the iconic picture that everyone takes.
No, Drew said that the Malt Barn has the best food in Dufftown, but I thought I was going to be...
It has no haggis, though.
Correct. I thought I was going to say, no, it's definitely the Classroom in Nairn, but that's not in Dufftown. That's
the one we went to, right?
Correct. I don't even think that's considered... That's where we went, and I was going to grab a Scotch egg, because their Scotch egg was bomb last time, but they only had the bowl of haggis, which was still good. But
yeah, we were like the only people there. It was really awkward.
Yeah, that falls in Speyside, but it's not Dufftown, so it's not fair.
But I think I had a sandwich.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I had.
I took pictures. I'm sure
it was really good. It was really good. They have an amazing wall of whiskey at the back there. Their
at the Malt Barn
gift room or.
Oh yeah, the gift shop.
The gift shop,
gift shop's legit.
The gift shop was awesome. There was a few things I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy like their pin. They had glasses made out of like the Project 20 glasses, IPA glasses. Did they have the 21 the Grand Cru? No, they didn't have the Grand Cru yet.
23.
They had the Winter Storm. Is it not Winter Storm? What's the?
Yeah, they had Winter Storm.
The Winter Storm. Yeah, the Winter Storm glasses look really, really cool. It definitely looked very professional. Compared to some, I'm not saying the other ones weren't professional. It just seems like the other ones we went to were more whiskey focused, distilling focused.
I mean, look at Anak. Anak doesn't even have a gift shop.
It was just a room. Well,
you just got to sit down with Gordon and ask him if he can keep his coffee mug.
Yeah, Glenn Ruffles was the same thing, man. There was nothing.
Yeah,
there was no. They had like a little room at the table, and we like
just a mason jar full of urine that Charles tried.
Yeah,
that was new interesting. Was so not good looking.
It did not look good, but it didn't taste bad. It was fine. I was like, oh. But yeah, you were like, this looks like piss. I need to take a picture of Charles drinking.
Yeah, I don't even think I tried that new make, did I? Because I was really nervous about it being urine. I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah. But anyway. And he didn't laugh, so it didn't matter. I was going to say the gift shop. Yeah, no, the gift shop is definitely on point. And if you don't follow their Instagram account. They're very active on it too.
If someone mispronounces Glenfiddich, should I correct them? Okay, so a lot of people do say Glenfiddich. Just not knowing. But here's the thing.
Kevin's up to you, bud.
Ask yourself, are you the person who corrects people when they say bruschetta or not? So the first time I went to Italy, I went to Rome. I asked the dude for bruschetta, and he said, a bruschetta, which they make a very, very serious point to shove in your face in Rome. So if you would correct somebody from saying bruschetta to bruschetta, absolutely correct them when they say Glenfiddich. If you're not, enjoy the whiskey with them.
Yeah, to be honest, like, is it more like, hey, I love Glenfiddich, or Fiddich, or is it gonna ruin them? It's probably not.
I mean, it is a name, but
what I would do is I would just pronounce it when I say, "Oh, you really like Glenfiddich? Good for you." And then let them go to be like, "Oh, is that how it's pronounced?" If
they
not,
probably won't even.
They didn't give a shit. They really didn't care.
They didn't care before, and they're not going to care when you correct.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's usually the times like, "Oh, you enjoy how they pronounce this word," and then they're like, "Oh, that's how you pronounce it." That's when they care. If not, then they're just like, whatever.
Have you ever had some Bruichladdich?
Bruichladdich. There's gotta be one brand that like about Blair. Can't understand Highland Park. I don't know. There's gotta be some bottle.
Bunnahaven? Bruichladdich?
The thing is, like, I hear you say these things all the time. Anok. No, not Anok.
Anok. When you look at how Anok's spelled, it's kind of weird. Lechig looks real weird.
The first one, yeah. Ledaig.
Ledaig. I call it Ledaig for a year.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm like, eh. But anyway, pulling us back to Glenfiddich, right? Do you have a favorite bottle right now, like that you actually own? Not like you've tried, because I know you've tried some of me.
From Glenfiddich?
Yeah, from Glenfiddich. Like,
yeah,
if someone came up to you and be like, "Hey, I know you really like Glenfiddich. I like the same flavor profile as you. What bottle should I invest?" The new 12. You're talking about the new 12.
It's not an investment, but like it's just good. Like it just gets me. I can't explain it. I don't know. It's like the 12 double with the first time I had it, and I was really let down. And then later I went back to it, and I was blown away. I think as your palate develops over time, you really start to get a better idea of how to taste whiskey in a way that you can appreciate it. No matter what, there are some. Don't get me wrong. There's trash whiskey out there.
Now from that.
Yeah, it's kind of tannic. Not a big fan, but yeah. So, I mean, there are other Glenfiddichs that are lackluster in my book. Like, Distiller's Edition is fantastic. I am a big fan because it's cask strength at 51%, and it's absolutely delicious. But a lackluster Glenfiddich that you guys don't actually see me talk about a lot. I will use it for pictures every so often, and I do try to revisit it to see if it's gotten better. But
oh yeah, the 21 that you
like
it's not the Madeira, right?
No, it's just rum. So if I was gonna have rum cask finish, I'd rather get a Springbank or a Balvenie. Glenfiddich's is just a good weird, pairing, right? A good pairing is when you put two things together and they make a better thing. I love rum, love Glenfiddich, but when you put the two together in this ratio,
because like in my mind, I'm like, all right, you got caramel, raisiny pears, burnt raisin.
That's what you should get
in your mind, right? You're thinking
it sounds super good,
and then you're like, oh, and it's 21 years, so it's gonna be older, it's gonna be more mature, more viscous, richer,
a little more oak to it, yeah, a little richer.
And then you get that, I can see that being a big.
And then it's like perfume, real light.
Oh wait, like perfume tasting?
No, not perfume tasting, but it's just like perfume. Like perfume is light. You don't eat perfume. It's not heavy. You're not, it's not like you don't put perfume on a steak thinking, oh, this is gonna be great. You put something heavy on a steak because you're like, well, salt and pepper, but you want to have it with other heavy things. But
don't put like A1 sauce on your steak, man. Don't do that.
I'm not an A1 sauce person. I'm sorry.
You are?
I'm not.
Okay, good, because I don't.
I mean, if it's a bad piece of steak,
if it's bad steak, yeah, but no, you want salt and pepper.
But I mean, if you're buying A5 Wagyu.
Pouring a jam. Pouring a jam. Look at you. That's good. Thanks. To be honest, this is the one day a week that I know I'm drinking, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah. So like, when I hear perfumey whiskeys, I'm thinking like
Macallan No. 3.
Like that flower taste, very botanical taste. But you're thinking light, aren't you? Like with
I think I'm thinking more like, because if I wanted to do flower tasting, I'd get like I'd get Japanese whiskey, which is more like tasting flowers, or Altmore 25 with the rose petals. I even think of like Akasha trees with Jefferson's 25 Presidential Rye. Like it drew me to it. I actually do like flowery, perfumey type whiskeys, but they have to be they have to have a flavor profile that that isn't so mismatched that it doesn't fit. It has to just be right. There has to be a mix of things that comes together.
Is that the one that they had a bunch of 19-year-old series? That 19
It's the Age of Discovery series, yeah. And the 19 Madeira was okay. I liked it better than the Red Wine Cask, but I didn't like either of them as much as the Bourbon Cask Reserve.
So you enjoyed the bourbon. That's the one I was like, and so this is where I was starting with my whiskey journey, focusing on bourbons. Like, I don't want a bourbon finish. I want something different.
The Bourbon Cask Reserve, like literally,
a blue box.
I had the birthday where I went out, bought the 26, didn't like it, and immediately went back to the store and bought a 19 Bourbon Cask Reserve. Like, at one point I had 5 bottles of it. Like I gave Bianca a bottle because she wanted to try it so bad. Like it.
Damn, Bianca, look at that. He doesn't even give me a bottle.
It's that good. It was her birthday. It was her birthday.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Not fair, dude. But yeah, no, I do like the taste of Glenfiddich. Sadly, I haven't really dived into their higher end type bottlings. Sad, because like I do like it. Like if you like a brand, I think you should kind of move along.
Try a bunch of their stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's just because and this is where I'm thinking it's too mainstream. I want to try something different. Yeah, so like what's funny is I saw that on shelves like back in the day.
A lot of people did for like $100, and nobody grabbed it.
It was that, and plus the classic, the one with the classic bottle, the old bottling they had in a tin. That was their luck.
The 1963 original.
Yeah,
I've got 2 of those. Those are really good.
Yeah, and this is the time where I started buying into Japanese whiskey.
Oh, Kevin C is saying more of a chemical taste. Funny thing about chemical or like metallic taste, it's the reason I won't drink 4 Roses anymore. I had a couple of 4 Roses, and I get like a metallic, like a legit like metal taste.
Kevin, what do you mean by chemical? Do you mean like cleaning chemicals or like metallic?
It's funny because I actually like the taste of metal. Like as a kid, like I had to be told to not suck on quarters because I love the taste of metal. Or like I still chew aluminum foil today because I like how it tastes. But
it says he's still
in my whiskey,
with his tinfoil hat.
Just not a fan of my whiskey.
Yeah, no. For me, out of all the bottles, so I'm gonna name all the bottles. So I have the Malt Masters edition. So this is an older one.
Yes.
I got the Project 20.
Malt Master edition is so good.
The 15 Solera, the IPA, and then I have the Select Cast that I. Out of all these bottlings, that is so weird how your IPA looks different.
Oh, my IPA, the sticker fell off because the glue sucked. In the first batch that they did for the experimentals, the glue was horrible. So mine looks super clean.
This is a printed
also,
one.
I took the back label off. What? What do you mean by printed? It's still glued on, right? No. That's printed on mine.
Yeah, but look at mine compared to yours.
Oh, yours is so they did a second batch and they changed it up. They changed the glue. They changed all kinds.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, this.
Yeah, kind of the same but different.
For me, out of all these bottlings, it has to go to that Project 20.
And you like that port sweetness.
That port is just, and I am sad that I don't have a second bottle. I thought I did. I was looking around. Perfume. Okay, I got it. Taste of metal.
Pigusa, I'm the other way around. I like the taste of metal, and I love the sound of metal. If you guys haven't listened to that new song, God of Fire,
I'm not a big fan of metal.
Bless your ears.
Funny thing is,
I'm a huge fan of metal music.
I'm a big fan of country music.
I like some country.
It tells, for me, it tells a story.
Old country told a story. New country is literally just pop garbage, and like it might as well be trap.
Boondock is actually a Filipino word that Americans.
Is it really?
Yeah, they used it during World War II. It was by people, mountains.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. I was googling. I'm like, how come Americans are using this word boondock? That's our word.
I mean, we just use it for the middle of nowhere, the boondocks, the boonies.
But yeah, no. That's kind of my favorite bottle out of all these, and then it goes to the Malt Masters edition.
So the Malt Master edition, I like so much that I actually compared it to the 19 Age of Discovery, and I compared it to the another one of the Glenfiddichs because I couldn't believe like how good it was. But it's very different than those. For whatever reason, when I first tried it, I was like, "Is this a cheaper 19?" And it was not.
For me, I think this is like in my mind. When I smell this, it's like this Scotch.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's
I
interesting.
think like how some people like they smell Ardbegs and stuff. This is peated. This is Scotch for me, right? Like
yeah,
Scotch for them.
I mean, it's not, but yes.
But yeah, and then you got other people like the taste of vanilla is like, oh, this is bourbon. Like they have.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's just for this, like I'm smelling Scotch.
Drew, with the what are your thoughts on the Glenfiddich expansion? They're expanding like 40%, right? Like it's gonna be good. It's not unexpected because you got to think they're just trying to be ready for. I mean, whiskey is still somehow 5 years later booming like ridiculousness. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah,
but I hope they do continue with the Grand line.
The higher end, like that.
I on one hand, I hope they continue with the Grand line because that's what they were talking about doing, like changing the Grand Reserva into part of the Grand line, the Grand Cru as part of the Grand line, and then doing some style bottlings. But in my mind, what happened to the experimentals? Like the experimentals were so good, not so good that I was like blown away, but so good like, hey, this is really changing my ideas of some things. Like I never had tried IPA beer until the IPA experimental came out. Then I went and bought some. I found one that I like, and I found a lot that I didn't like. Thank goodness you can buy beer and like pick and choose 6-packs.
No, I agree. When the IPA came out, everyone's like, "Ooh, what's next?" And then there's Project 20, which is very unique. 20 barrels together, and then they did. I think it was a Fire and Cane next, or was it Winter Storm? Yeah, Winter Storm. I think that was a bit of a miss for me. Price point was crazy, and the taste was not great. So, and then they went to Fire and Cane. They went back to kind of like the older, like younger, no age statement kind of.
No age statement, slightly peated and super sweet from that rum, and $37.
And then and then after that they went. Then Grand Cru came out, right?
Yeah. Then they were like, "Let's do another experimental." Just kidding, we're coming out with the Grand Cru, and it was like,
which is weird because I was like, "Okay, is this experimental?" And then they're like, "No, this is a Grand line." And talking about how like it's elevating it to be more for social light type.
Yeah.
Here's the people that like champagne. Here, try this whiskey that fermented barrels.
Never thought I'd meet Martha Stewart.
And she stole a glass. And I really, really, really wish that they kept going through that experimental line where it's like, I want to say $30 to $100 range, and just like throw random weird Armagnac cast, rum cast, borrowed. Yeah, they could have from another distillery or a vodka cask. I don't know if it's like like borrow from like
other distilleries.
Yeah, because like they have vodka,
a million things they could have done. A million things. I mean, literally fermenting casks. So somebody thought of it. Like they could do a billion things.
And the thing is, like, they have the cast, they have the ability, they have the money. It would have been fun. It's like, hey, we have our core line that everyone enjoys. So this is from like your dad, older, right? Older.
Here's some wacky stuff if you want to get wacky.
Shit that you just want to try stuff, right? And then you got like the Grand Cru. Here's your rich people stuff.
So here's the thing I don't understand, and Drew just touched on this, and you just touched on it. I feel like they want to establish a new price point. Here's the thing. Glenfiddich always had really expensive whiskey. It was the vintage line. Just nobody talks about it.
Because
they had a 35-year, 36-year that was crazy. They have the rest of the vintage line is 40 plus. I tried the 43-year and the 44-year for like the last couple of years. They're phenomenal, like on a level that I did not understand.
But in my head,
Ex-bourbon cask.
I thought that's what they used Balvenie for.
Yeah, Balvenie does the same thing. Balvenie used to do old school vintage casks too. Just nobody talks about them. Again, like I could go to Costco right now. They have Balvenie 50 for $29,999 on the shelf. So I mean, they have some expensive whiskeys for these brands. We just don't talk about them.
$300?
$29,999.
Okay.
$99.
$300, like, buy some, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you still here on the show?
Literally $29,999. $99.
I got you. I was like, huh?
That's after a $5,000 price drop they had. So Costco's trying to move it. But if you talk to Ben and some people who've had it, it's not good apparently.
Oh, and I got a question for you guys out in Instagram land and YouTube land and Wally. I'm thinking of purchasing a celebratory bottle, and I'm thinking between a ton or a Signet.
Ton batch 6.
I have to find it though. I don't think we have any in Portland, in Oregon, but
Signet is all around good. Period.
That's
like,
why I'm just like, I know it's gonna be good.
Nice.
Yeah,
it always tastes like milk chocolate.
It's like I'm almost done with my Portwood, and I'm like, I need something different.
Yeah. The Signet makes me happy on those.
Info's out there. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. Probably buy whatever you get.
Well, I'm gonna vote for number 6 then.
I'm gonna do it. I don't have that money.
Believe me, that's a lot of saving and a good moment of discount. Not wanting to spend $700 in taxes. So,
but yeah, no. I'm glad we got talked about this. I like I said, I think we both enjoy it, but we do have some duds. I didn't think this was a dud, man. It's not amazing. It didn't blow my socks off, but it's definitely something that I'll share with people. It's not like I'm gonna hoard it.
Sure, I poured maybe 2 pours of it. It's on my shelf. If you look in the picture that I took today, you can tell what I like.
Oh no, the thing is, like, I know how much you drink. I don't drink that much.
Yeah, so I mean, if you see bottles, that's the problem. Is if you see bottles that are like this, you know, like, holy crap! Like, and I ordered that beginning of this year, end of last year. Like, it's good.
Where is it? I really enjoy the Malt Masters edition. I don't think I've drank.
Super good. It's super good.
Like, there's certain things that, like, this is my second bottle. Doing.
I mean,
IPA, like, it's got like one.
No, the IPA, mine's almost gone. I actually really enjoy the IPA also.
But yeah, no, if you guys have a distillery that you guys want us to feature, talk about, discuss, if we have it on our shelves, please let us know. This is actually a fun check. I wasn't sure how this episode was going to go, so glad we were just able to.
One Glass Man totally said it. So I'm not going to lie to you. I thought about sabotaging.
Oh, I had no.
We just have a show where we're just going to chill and do nothing because I don't know. I didn't see your live stream on Instagram, but I assumed that while I was pouring out Curdle Talk of Milk, because I caught the last 2 seconds where you said, it feels like a rat race and I don't want to be a rat. I just assumed that you were talking about what we had texted about. So
no.
I was like, you just have a fun episode then. Why don't we do that?
And this was fine.
But then you're like, why don't you go get some bottles? And I was like, well.
Yeah, get some bottles.
Oh, you never asked me what's in my glass.
Ooh. Yeah, we went straight into the topic. I was very interested. What is in your glass?
Just Buffalo Trace. Honest to goodness, like,
I thought you were gonna say like Four Roses. Like, damn, really? You just talked about metal and then
listen to me. This is how it goes for all the Buffalo Trace products that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of them. It goes Buffalo Trace, Weller 12, Pappy Van Winkle 23. That's it. The rest of the stuff is garbage. Save your money. Well, you know, William LaRue Weller taught me. Save your money. You know what Thomas Handy taught me? If you don't like classic rye, please save your money.
You don't buy from Charles.
George T. Stagg was legit. George T. Stagg.
Stagg seems to be the one that everyone talks about.
But I can just go get Michter's 10 straight rye and get even more of a vanilla bomb.
It's hard to
for
find
$1.50.
You'll find out.
Is it? Or are they going to mail me one?
That's a difference. And on that note, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. Again, thank you so much for the Patreon supporters. I messaged you guys last week. Just to say a personal thank you. Hope you guys are doing well.
Castle of Dreams was good, and that's actually one of the first jams that Tracy ever bought me.
Is that the one with a barrel that has like all that sparkly stuff in front?
And they push the barrel across America?
Yeah.
I have a secret, and I don't think I can talk about it yet. So I'm going to leave it a secret for
Dude,
right
I'm
now.
just staying at home. The only time I'm going out is like maybe once a week.
Guys, they have the vaccine. It's right here. If you want to clean your insides, you take something that's at least 40 alcohol and clean your insides.
I forgot who posted it, but like they always say like open a bottle of whiskey a day to see if and then drink. And I'm like, I've been doing something like that. I'm like, just smell my hand, like my hand smells like this. Drinking whiskey. I'm like, all right, I smell it. I don't have COVID. I'm good. Yeah.
Just blands is a waste of your money. Sorry. That's my personal. I'm speaking.
Good for photography, so and that's why I know you have it.
It has photography, and that's about all.
And it gets a lot of likes if you put it with a horse.
Drain with it so bad. It's not good.
And on that note, thank you again for joining us, guys. Really appreciate all your support and tuning in. Feel free to reach us out on Instagram. We're more than happy to share stuff. We will take a photo because I haven't been making the photos because I've been lazy. Bum. Playing too much games. Can't wait to buy a new CP coming soon. and new motherboard because they're.
Need a new MOBO and CPU.
And on that though, guys, thank you. And on this show we say.
And on this show we say.
Say with us now. 1, 2, deuces.